Hello, Williamson County. I'm Kerri Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Well, over the past couple of months, we've talked about a variety of summer programs that Williamson County Parks and Recreation has coming up. And in just a few short weeks, our summer programs will begin. But we still have even more information to share with you today, including news on our summer day trips for school-aged children and teens, as well as our summer specialty camps. Joining me for the first half of today's show is Chase Cribbs. He's a recreation specialist from our programming division, and he's here to discuss our Boredom Buster day trips and the Junior Excursion Adventure program we call Jeeps. Chase, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
It seems like you're getting your summer started off really well with a nice little cold or something like that.
Yep, go ahead and get it out of the way now.
That's the best way to look at it. You know, might as well do it now before all the activity begins, and then you can just have that clean bill of health through the whole summer.
That way I'll feel great in the next few weeks.
Awesome. Well, we certainly hope that you do. There is a ton of activity and variety that Williamson County Parks and Recreation offers over the summer months, from late May through early August. And we have spent weeks talking about multiple different types of programs and camps or pools, all kinds of stuff. But there's even more that we're going to include today, talking about some of our day trips. This has been a program that's seen a tremendous amount of growth over the last 3 to 4 years, where basically every week in June and July, we're offering a field trip of sorts for kids in the Williamson County community to take to put a little adventure into their summer. Let's start off talking about a program that you oversee for the department, Jeeps. For people who might not be familiar with that program, give us kind of an explanation about what the Jeeps program is and who it serves.
So Jeeps is, like you said earlier, it's called Junior Excursion Adventure Programs. It is for tweens and teens, aged 11 to 15. It's a summer weekly adventure trip program to get kids out and active during the summertime, where they may sit inside a little more than usual with school being out and not having that opportunity to being forced to be outside and that kind of thing. So we take a trip once a week. We do a slew of different trips and just want to keep kids active. And
for the older tweens and teens, like you said, these are a little bit more adventuresome. They're active-based trips where kids can get out in nature and have a real physical experience.
Yeah, but it's not. We can go and visit museums and stuff like that. That's great, but this is for the kids that want to get out and basically climb a tree, for lack of a better term there. So we will literally be doing that on some of our trips. So it's fun.
So you've got 10 different trips over the course of the summer. The majority of them are on Wednesdays, all with the exception of one trip that you have on Monday, July the 8th. So let's talk about these trips and some of the different kinds of things that you've got coming up this summer.
So we have a bunch. We'll be going whitewater rafting, which is the one that's on the Monday, July 8th. So that's the only one that differs from the Wednesday Jeeps Day, is like what I like to call it. So we will go whitewater rafting. We go canoeing twice. We go to a very awesome place right here in Franklin called Soar Adventure Tower twice. That's a high ropes course with different levels of activities for the different kids, to try out. And it's 3 stories tall, so it can get a little scary when you get to the top and you feel the wind pushing you back and forth, and it's a really good time. We do the Extreme Escape Games of Franklin. We do the Crag, which is a indoor climbing facility in South Nashville. We're actually going for the first time to a Sounds game this year, so that's going to be neat.
It's a lot of little different things. And then a little bit of travel. A lot of these trips are kind of based in, the local area. But we do take a couple of, at least one trip where we go to Holiday World.
Yep.
That gets us a little bit out.
Yeah. Wanted to leave that one for last because that's one of our big ones, that and Deer Run retreats and Thompson Station. But we will be going to Holiday World and Splash and Safari late July. So that's one of our huge trips. And yeah, like you said, it's a pretty long trip. But it's awesome.
But it's an awesome day, I'm sure.
It really is. It's really cool.
There is a complete schedule of Jeep trips available through our summer activity guide. It's also on our website if you click under activities and summer programs, where you can get the breakdown of days, dates, times, trips, and the associated costs for these trips. And let's talk a little bit about that cost factor, because you guys have a couple of different incentive packages that you've rolled into the cost this year for people who are really interested in a lot of these trips. So let's start off with the average trip. The average weekly trip is anywhere from $40 to $55, depending on the type of trip that it is and the associated fees with that program or the transportation that's provided for it.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about something new that you guys did this year called an all-summer pass.
So we noticed, we being the coordinators of the summer programs, that a lot of the kids that go on the trips are repeat kids, whether that be from trip to trip or year to year. So to kind of incentivize that coming back and loyalty to Parks and Rec, I instituted the all summer pass to give a little bit of a discount to those that wanted to pay for all 10 trips up front. So it's exactly what it sounds. It's one fee for all trips. You don't have to worry about it after that. As far as registration goes, you just show up and have a good time. And we've got a pretty good little incentive for that as far as a discounted rate for all the trips, plus a Jeep swag bag that we could get into.
As well, yep. So the discounted rate for the all-summer pass for all 10 of our Jeep trips this summer is $400. And like Chase said, with that you do get a Jeep swag bag, you get a cinch sack bag, which would be great for all the trips that the kids go on over the course of the summer. You get a Jeep's t-shirt and a couple of other fun items, right?
Yeah, we've actually got dry fit shirts coming, so summertime programs, it's going to be hot, so those will keep us cool. Yeah, the cinch bag will have the bag itself, the shirt, Frisbee, hand sanitizer for when we do dirty things. Just, little
Your
fun
basic
stuff.
Jeep survival guide.
Jeep survival bag. That's perfect.
And then you also have a Pick 5 pass.
Yep. So for those that don't want to commit to all 10 or maybe have vacations scheduled or sports or anything like that, we wanted to offer something a little bit lower scale. So the Pick 5 pass is $225. Which could be a great deal, depending on the trips that you could pick and work with people's schedule. That one also includes a t-shirt, so that way everybody at least gets a shirt to wear on all the trips.
Yeah, so a couple of different options for people if they're looking to register for just one or more trips. All of these trips do depart from the Franklin Recreation Complex, and on trip days, the basic hours of the day are 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Not every trip is that long, but those are the inclusive hours of before care, trips, times, and aftercare. So kind of explain that before and after care program for us.
I'm glad you brought that up because I put that on the website. I wanted to make sure that parents understand the trip doesn't start at 7:30 and end at 5:30. We do offer before care for those that have to drop off on the way to work. But the trip usually lasts 4 to 6 hours in the middle of the day, and then we'll come back and we do offer the aftercare for those that are still at work and need to pick up later. So most trips are 7:30 to 5:30, with some of those being earlier or later. Depends on the trip.
And with a lot of these trips going to different places and doing different things, I'm sure specific questions about each individual trip you can answer on a one-on-one basis, but is there kind of a list of go-to items as far as what a participant would need to bring for a Jeep's trip?
So for most trips, definitely closed-toed shoes on all of our trips. Never hurts to have that safety factor in, and I don't want anybody to lose flip-flops and have to walk barefooted. So closed-toed shoes for sure. Comfortable clothing most of the time we're stretching or doing something that's, requires you to move in a comfortable
Adventure
manner
programs,
or an
yeah.
adventurous way. And then most of our trips require that you bring water, snacks, and sack lunch. So sunscreen's always a good idea too.
Sunscreen, I was about to say, as a fair-skinned person, so always bring your sunscreen.
Yeah.
The majority of these trips are outdoors.
Right.
So yeah, especially sunscreen. And then there are a couple of the trips that have meals provided with them, but the majority of them, individuals do have to bring a packed lunch, correct?
Right. Yeah, something that's just easy and lightweight, that kids can grab and go and eat on the way, or, if we have a chance to stop at a pavilion, we'll sit down and eat. But sack lunch, sandwiches, chips, that kind of thing.
Well, along with the program event dates and details. Registration is also available for our Jeeps program this summer through our website at wcparksandrec.com. Log in, sign up, and join us for one of our junior excursion adventure programs. Space for these trips is limited, and registration's first come, first serve. All right, we'll move on to the Boredom Buster Day trips. This is the more inclusive form of Jeeps.
Exactly.
It's a larger age group of kids doing a larger bit of activity. But tell us a little bit about Boredom Busters and kind of how this program is set up as well.
So Boredom Busters, like you said, it's a more inclusive program. Some people don't necessarily want to be outdoors and active and doing rock climbing and things like that sort. So we want to offer trips for everybody. You know, as Parks and Rec, we try to offer something for everyone. These trips are for kids aged 6 to 15, so you get a broader range, which definitely helps for kids that want to go with an older brother or younger brother or sister,
Sibling,
you know. So you get both age ranges there, and we will do more general
Field trip
trips.
based programs.
Basically like a field trip from school. So we'll do museums and Adventure Science Center and the Holden Family Fun Center and
That's always a fun one. Everyone
yeah.
always seems to love going there.
Yeah, and there's so many different activities in one building. It's a great venue for us to go to. So Boredom Busters is more inclusive and more generalized trips.
So, and the schedule is very similar to Jeeps. All of the trips are scheduled weekly. Thursday is Boredom Busters Day. So because the age ranges do include Jeeps participants as well, we didn't want to conflict with those schedules. So every Thursday, May 30th through August 1st, we have a Boredom Buster trip planned. Some of the places that we talked about, I mean, you mentioned a couple of them already, but we've got the Nashville Zoo, 2 trips to Nashville Shores, Beach Bend Park in Kentucky, Top Golf, Harpeth River canoeing or tubing. I think that's a tubing trip, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, the Adventure Science Center, the Nashville Zoo, all tons of places where you'll be taking the kids this summer.
Yep, a lot of different options there.
And these trips vary from $30 to $45 a piece, depending on the trip itself. They do depart from the Franklin Recreation Complex as well. They also offer before and after care from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. around those trip dates. And for these kind of events, we do want to make sure we kind of talk about the ratio of staff to participants. Because we are dealing with some younger kids within this age group, we do try to keep the same kind of ratios we keep at our general summer day camp, which is 10 to 1, 10
Exactly.
children to 1 adult.
It's a little easier to make that ratio a little smaller for Jeeps because the kids are older and they understand that, you know, maybe I shouldn't walk across the street without looking or having an adult with me. But for these types of trips, like you said, our summer camp, we require 10 to 1, so we do the same thing for Boredom Buster trips.
First trips as well. As with our Jeeps programs for these Boredom Buster trips, you know, a couple things to consider. You know, a lot of them do require packed lunches, and you know, a lot of the odds and ends of what to bring, what not to bring. But again, closed-toed shoes, sunscreen, snacks, water bottle, all of that stuff is great to bring on a Jeeps trip. Specific details about Boredom Busters, though, their trip dates, trips, times, costs, and other associated information. It's also available through our website as well at wcparksandrec.com. Registration's open for this program as well, so log in, sign up, and join us on another great summer of field trips and fun.
It's going to be fun. We look forward to this time of year, all the other parts of the year.
I know we do as well. I think the summer, there's always something special about the summer.
Yeah.
If you're a kid or not a kid, there's always something special about the summer season. And I think with our staff and our department, the amount of activity that we do over the course of the summer, you know, we love it just as much as the participants do. We are still reliving our summer fun all along with them.
Exactly. It's a refreshing change of course.
Absolutely. Chase, I want to thank you for joining us today. We wish you the best of luck with all your trips this summer. Hope you guys have a lot of fun and can't wait to see how some of them turn out.
Yep, it's going to be great.
Y'all stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to be talking about more summer camp opportunities with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department.
I'm Special Agent Dennis Fetting with Homeland Security Investigations. We investigate crimes on the internet. I want to keep you and your child safe from digital dangers. There are huge consequences that come along with sexting and nude and inappropriate images and videos being sent out into the community. So, of course, when these photos leak out, it's very embarrassing for children There's a lot of bullying and harassment that goes along with these videos. There's school discipline. Obviously, school administrators, school resource officers, local law enforcement gets involved when the sharing and trading of nude or inappropriate images occurs in schools. But more than that is a new alarming trend that takes up a lot of our federal and state and local investigative time, and that is the trend of sextortion. And so sextortion is basically blackmail, adult predators blackmailing all children, where they will use a fake profile to get a compromising image or video from a child, and once they get that image or video, they will turn around and then explain, I'm not who you think I am, and if you don't now do all sorts of other things for me on webcam and video, I'm going to distribute these embarrassing images out to everyone in the community, to your parents, to your church. And unfortunately, these people have the ability to do that. One of the most important things that children and parents need to be aware of is the only way to stop sextortion from happening is for images and videos to not be sent out. More realistically, though, is if a video or picture is sent out, or if your child is tricked into sending a video, parents and police need to be aware. Parents need to let law enforcement know so that law enforcement can step in and find these people quickly to stop them from sharing and trading these images online. To report suspected online child exploitation in Tennessee, contact Homeland Security Investigations at 615-664-5501.
Welcome back to It's About You. For the second half of our show today, we're going to be talking with Shelley Egly. She's also a recreation specialist with Williamson County Parks and Recreation, and she's here to talk about our summer specialty camp programs. Over the course of the summer, Williamson County Parks and Recreation offers tons. I mean, I would literally struggle with an exact number of specialty camps at a number of our main recreation facilities in Franklin, Fairview, Nolensville, and Spring Hill. We have options for children ages 4 and up in a variety of different themes, days of the week, cost, time. It's a lot to digest. And Shelley, I'm so glad that you're here today to talk to us about a couple of these different types of programs. I feel like over the past 4 or 5 years, specialty camps have really exploded with us. As our general summer day camp program has changed over the years. Overall, we've really increased the number of specialty camps and the types of camps we offer to help offset families in finding different kinds of activities for their kids to do over the course of the summer. Yes. I will be one of the first parents who thanks you for it, because I learned the hard way with my daughter last year. They don't want to go to the same place and do the same thing every day in the summer. Yeah. That's what the school year's for. Right. You know, and the fact that she adapts well enough to do that in the school year and not say things like, Mom, is it the weekend again on Tuesday? I have to respect. And come summer, I want to give her some variety. I wanted to give her the chance to do different things. And, you know, maybe, some days we're going to go to summer camp, but maybe some days we're going to stay home a little bit longer in the morning, and then you're going to go do this. And that's where those specialty camps really help punch up and liven up a summer schedule.
Yes, they offer a lot of variety.
Absolutely. And I know you're going to talk to us today about a ton of different types of camps. We will not have a chance to talk about all of them. And honestly, the best way just to kind of get into that list is by going by your local recreation center, picking up one of the print copies of our summer activity guide. You can also look at that information through our website. The entire 40-page summer activity guide is available through our homepage to download. Or if you go under the activities tab from the homepage, under summer camps, there's a link to a series of pages for specialty camps where you can get a location by location breakdown of specific specialty camps that will be occurring at each of those recreation centers. So lots of different ways to find out all of the great information about specialty camps. Right. But start off a little bit telling us about some of the structure of the camps. There's a lot of variety, but the majority of these are weekday camps, correct?
That is correct, yes. The majority of them are Monday through Friday. They'll typically be a couple of hours in the morning, and then pretty much most of the companies that come and be a part of our summer camps will also offer an afternoon option too. There are some that are just morning, there are some that are just afternoon. There are some camps that run just Wednesday through Friday. There's some that are more like a workshop where they're just a one-day activity.
So like we say, lots of variety to pick and choose from different things that, your kid might be interested in. Let's talk about some of the different kinds of programs. Okay. There really is a lot of different options, but there are some particular sets of camps that we offer at all of the locations over the course of the summer.
Yes.
In different kinds of camps. So let's jump into these kinds of camps and let people know what we got coming up.
Yeah, so some of the ones that I wanted to highlight, I was looking through our activity guide, and one of the companies that comes in and teaches with us is called Andersen Enrichment. And they currently have camps at the Franklin Center and the Nolensville Center. And their camps are thematic. They work through their own curriculum that they've developed. And some of the themes that they have going this summer are Hogwarts. That's been pretty popular to this point, has a few spots remaining. They have a camp called Minecraft. They have a couple of cooking camps that have been so popular. They are technically full, but we would love for parents to add themselves to the waiting list, and that helps us know maybe we could add another one. And then they also have a camp called Jurassic Dino World. They have an astronomy camp in Nolensville, and they also have one called Young Architects in Nolensville. And that camp, they will offer a morning option and they'll offer an afternoon option. And like other companies that we have, they'll cover the students over the lunchtime, little 30 minutes or even an hour for some of them. As long as the kids bring a lunch, then they'll be covered for, that entire...
A whole day's worth of activity.
A whole day's worth. Some of them will start at 8:30, some of them will start at 9, and they'll end around 3:30 or 4. So it just depends, on which camps you're looking at as far as the start times and end times. But this company, Andersen, will cover the students through lunch.
And what a wonderful type of flexibility to say, well, your kid can do something, for 3 hours in the morning. Your kid can do something for 3 hours in the afternoon. Or we have enough variation in the kinds of activities that we're doing. If you just want them to come the whole day, we've got that covered as well.
Yep, and that's exciting for the kids to know that they're going to get to do, Hogwarts in the morning, and then in the afternoon maybe they can participate in cooking camp.
And, as an adult or a parent of a young child, I love their themes. I love how some of them are culturally based, like Hogwarts and Minecraft and the Jurassic version of the ones as well. And then some of them are STEM-based with architecture and even the cooking.
Yes.
So that you're working different parts of their brain.
Right. And a couple of other STEM programs that we do have coming in this summer. One is with Mr. Bond's Science Guys, who I feel like pretty much everybody in the community is familiar with because they're really great. They do a great job. They have great instructors. They do tons of experiments. The kids are involved in very hands-on activities, and they're just fun. The science guys and girls are really fun to be around. So both at actually with all 4 of our main facilities, they will be offering space camp, STEAM camp, which is all the STEM plus art, crazy chemistry, and fun with physics.
So all kinds of, I can just see all those little minds working. I'm having fun, but I'm really, really working my brain today.
Exactly. And along the same lines, we have a company called RoboThink that is also offering camps across our main facilities, and they are more focused on the robotics and the engineering component. And I have been in a couple of their workshops that they've done just on Saturdays throughout the last few months. But this will be, a week-long Monday to Friday camp, an option in the morning, an option in the afternoon. They'll also offer coverage over lunch. And they're doing things like coding, they're building robots, they're building battle robots that, have little fights at the end. They're learning engineering for robotics, just a variety of different things that are really appealing to the community right now.
And it's so amazing to me I won't say how long it's been since I was a summer camp kid myself, but just the level of options that parents and adults have to choose from with their camps now. I mean, these were things that we would never even conceive when we were kids growing up, that we could go to these kinds of camps or have these kinds of experiences. There are also some youth tech camps that are incorporated into our summer specialty camps this year that also enhance those animation, coding, app building applications for, really tech-minded children out there.
Yes, and those specifically are geared for more of the older child population, like 10 to even 17, whereas some of these other ones that I've been talking about are the younger elementary student.
So the variety is astounding to me. We really cannot do it justice in the few minutes that we talk about today. But if you have a child whose ages 4 and up, and you are looking for some things to spice up their summer, get them out of the house, or just something different for them to do, I highly suggest you look into our summer specialty camps. I promise you will not be disappointed. While we've talked about a few different kinds of camps today, I mean, there are also traditional dance camps that are incorporated into our specialty camps over the summer. Theater, drama, and the arts are also covered in our summer specialty camps. A lot of arts-based and arts and crafts programs are covered in that listing as well, with some great preschool options, as well as some options for even older children, like you said earlier, and things that seem to have a resurgence in our culture, like sewing camp.
Yes, we do have a sewing camp for elementary kids. We have, it's not really a camp, but it's more of a workshop for teenagers in sewing. That'll be taking place at our Enrichment Center. We do have some canvas art, a camp that's taking place at the Enrichment Center for teenagers too. So yeah, there's ways to plug in lots of places.
All that. And then another thing that I'm just thinking of off the top of my head is the Smart Kids one-on-one program, where they're doing a lot of one-day workshops over the course of the summer with a multitude of different themes, with like safe kids and babysitting and all sorts of different stuff.
Yes, all of those are popular. We run those all year long. But yes, in the summer, the classes do fill up because a lot of people are so interested.
Yeah, so definitely check this stuff out. One more specific type of camp we want to mention, though, today is Learning the Ropes.
Yes.
So Learning the Ropes is a fairly new program to our curriculum through the Parks and Recreation Department.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so Learning the Ropes joined with us probably back in January. High quality instructors. The business owner is just an excellent guy. And they are jump rope
instructors,
yes,
professionals.
They're amazing with what they do, and so they teach the kids, tricks. They teach them just, how to safely jump rope and just a multitude of things. So yeah, we do have a week-long camp running both at the Franklin Center and at the Longview Center for jump rope enthusiasts.
Yeah. So again, things for the mind, things for the body, lots of fun for everybody to be had with our summer specialty camps.
Yeah.
Information about all of these, again, is available through our website. Registration is open for all of our summer specialty camps as well. You can register online at wcparksandrec.com. And again, I think there's so many things that we could talk about over the course of the summer, but these specialty camps are something that I think that are really special and unique, that have that provide a wonderful opportunity for kids to really experience a lot of different activities over the course of the summer.
Exactly, and that's our hope.
Oh, excellent. Well, Shelley, thank you so much for stopping by today, sharing a little bit of information about the specialty camps with us. Hope all your camps go well this summer as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, in closing today, I want to thank Chase and Shelley for joining us. They are both incredibly busy people at this time of the year, and I appreciate their time in talking to us about some of our summer day trips and specialty camps. Like we've mentioned throughout the show, additional information about these programs plus trip and camp specifics are available through our website at wcparksandrec.com. Log in, sign up, and join us for any and all of these great activities. While you're on our website, you can also get additional information about other summer opportunities, upcoming programs and events, as well as schedules for the Franklin Splash Park and our outdoor pool. We promise there are lots of fun times coming this summer. I want to thank you guys for joining us for today's show. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.